Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is going to be an hour-long class and it's going to be quite an all-body flow, we'll say today. It'll be fun with lots of options for everyone, so do whatever feels good for you. I'll offer different variations in poses. Some things are harder for other people that are easier for others, so just do what feels good for your body and enjoy the class. The most important thing as far as I'm concerned. Finding your way into a comfortable seat on your mat, cross-legged if that feels okay for your legs, your knees, your hips, or else as always you can extend your legs forwards in front of you, knees bent, legs straight. Your choice. Just find your way to somewhere comfortable and close your eyes, taking a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. As you breathe, being aware of all the distractions around you, sounds, noises, other people in the room, maybe other people practicing with you, maybe pets. Be aware of them, but then tell yourself that the next hour is for you. And try and draw your attention within the four corners of the mat or the space that you're practicing in. That doesn't mean you're not going to hear anything anymore, you're not going to be distracted, but each time you notice those things around you, see if you can make the active decision today to pull your attention back to your mat, carving time out of your day for you. On an inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, rolling your shoulders down your back, gently squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, squeezing your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale as you roll your shoulders down your back, gently feeling the front of your body start to open. Inhale, one more time, roll your shoulders to your ears. Exhale as you roll your shoulders down your back, that gentle pressure coming together between your shoulder blades. Inhale, sitting a little bit taller, crown of your head reaching towards your ceiling. Exhale, just a gentle activation through your core as you draw your belly button back towards your spine, supporting yourself here. Inhale, start to reach both arms up overhead. Maybe you want to blink your eyes open as you reach your hands up, lifting your gaze up towards your fingertips. Exhale, bring your hands together down in front of your chest, squeezing your palms together as you bring them down, thumbs to the center of your chest. Inhale, circle your arms out wide. Keep reaching your fingertips out as you circle your arms up and overhead, gaze towards your fingers. Exhale as your hands come together, palms dropping down toward the front of your chest, your forehead gently bowing forwards towards your fingertips. Inhale, hands circle out. Again, spread your fingers wide, really reach out as far as you can through each hand, your arms are long. Keep reaching your arms out until they're up overhead. Exhale, palms come together, that gentle activation between your hands as your forehead bows forwards towards your fingers one more time. Inhale, circling your arms up and overhead. Reach up tall, gaze up towards your hands. On your exhale, we twist to the right hand side, so bring your right hand gently behind you, your left hand towards the outside of your right thigh. Inhale, lifting through the crown of your head, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twisting a little further, maybe you look back over that right shoulder, but just do what feels okay for your neck. If it's first thing in the morning for you, sometimes it's a little stiff on our necks to look back straight away, so stay where feels good for your body. Gaze turns back first if it's behind you. Inhale, reaching both arms up high into the air. Exhale, twisting the other way, left hand behind you, right hand toward the outside of your left leg. Inhale, sitting up tall, chest lifts. Exhale, using your hands to help guide you, twisting back to look over that left shoulder, if it feels okay for your neck once again. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, holding here. Inhale, gaze turns back first. If it's reversed, reach your arms up high overhead. Exhale, hands come together down in front of your chest. Now, if your legs are crossed, don't worry if your legs are straight, you can stay where you are. If your legs are crossed, switch the cross of your legs so the opposite foot is in front. This always feels a bit strange. Well, for me it always feels strange. Maybe you're, can't think of the word, ambidextrous in your legs and this feels totally normal to be the opposite way. But for quite a lot of us it feels a little uncomfortable to switch that cross of our legs, but it's really good for our hip joints, our knee joints to play around, getting used to both directions. Inhale, hands circle up high overhead, same as before. Exhale, take that twist to the right, right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twisting a little further, gaze coming back over that right shoulder. Gaze drifts back first. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, twisting to the left, left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of your thigh. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twisting a little further, looking back over that left shoulder. Gaze drifts back. Inhale, arms come up and overhead, stretch up tall. Exhale, hands come together down in front of your chest, gently dropping your hands down in front of your toes and walking your fingers forwards in front of you. Just for a moment, bowing your head forwards, give your head a little shake and nod yes and no, your neck, your jaw completely relaxed. Inhale. Exhale for a moment, surrendering down toward the ground, your whole upper body completely soft. Walking your hands close enough back towards you that you can then roll over your legs, coming to hands and knees on your mat. It doesn't have to be elegant, taking any transition to bring yourself here. Separating your knees nice and wide, big toes touch, sitting back towards your heels in your child's pose to start today. Lowering yourself down toward the ground, starting low on our mats, finding a grounding position where we can feel the support of the floor if you're outside, maybe of the grass. Letting your body surrender down, knowing that even in the poses, the movements that we find physically exerting, we can still find a release. Maybe mentally, maybe physically. But today, seeing if in some small way you can lose yourself a little bit in the practice. See if you can make it all a little bit more mindful. Maybe that means in a few of our poses, you close your eyes. We'll be doing a couple of flows. Repeated. So maybe on the second time you can really draw inwards a little bit more, focusing on your body, your breath, your movement, just using my cues to guide you. Inhale, roll yourself up nice and slow to hands and knees, shuffling your knees back into hip distance apart, wrists underneath your shoulders. Inhale, belly lowers down, chest lifts through. Exhale as you press the floor away, rounding through your back, gaze down towards your belly button. Inhale, belly down, chest lift. Exhale, press the floor away, rounding through your back. Starting here, maybe close your eyes. Find that more mindful movement as you move your own breath with your own body. So this doesn't have to be at the same pace, the same rhythm as me. It can be at your own rhythm. Listening to your body, taking the chance to really tune in with how you feel. Whether it's first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening, maybe middle of the day. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind feels. Using this practice today as a bit of a release. One more inhale as your belly lowers down, your chest lifts through. On your exhale, tuck your toes, pressing the floor away as you lift your hips into the air for your first downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers wide, slightly clawing at the ground so you take a bit of pressure out of your wrists, and then pedaling your legs as one heel at a time sinks down toward the mat. Stretching out through the backs of each leg, feeling that little sense of strength through your arms, your shoulders, as you press a bit more weight down. Breathing. Letting your neck, your jaw relax. Letting your shoulders roll away from your ears, finding space across your upper back. And coming to stillness in your downward facing dog, both heels sink to the ground, your knees can be bent, your legs can be straight, your choice. Chest squeezing back towards your upper thighs. Inhale, gaze up between your hands, taking little steps forwards. One foot at a time, till your feet slowly come to the top of the mat. Feet about hip distance apart, knees are bent, chest and thighs connect as you take hold of your elbows, rocking from side to side. Your body melting forwards over your legs. Again, shake your head, your neck relaxing. And eventually dropping your hands down to the floor, fingertips brushing the mat. Inhale, start to reach your right hand up into the air as your right leg straightens just a little. Exhale, right fingertips melt to the floor. Inhale, left hand up into the air, taking a twist as your left leg starts to straighten. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Inhale, rolling your way up, uncurling your spine, vertebrae stacking above vertebrae. As you come up to standing, turning your palms forwards, your shoulders rolling back, your mountain pose. Ground down through your feet, rise up through the crown of your head. Bringing a gentle smile to your lips. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead, we start to flow. Exhale, knees bend as you hinge forwards over your legs, fingertips melting down toward the ground, they don't have to reach. Inhale, fingertips to shins, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, right arm into the air, taking a twist, right hand reaches up high. Exhale, right fingertips down toward the ground. Inhale, left arm up into the air, take a twist, left leg starts to straighten, right knee can be as bent as you need. Exhale, left hand back down to the ground. Inhale, sweeping both arms up overhead, ground down through feet, rise up through your fingertips. Exhale, palms come together, down in front of your hands. Repeating the flow, inhale, arms sweep up, reach up tall. Maybe you want to close your eyes, exhale, forward fold, melting over your legs. Inhale, core is active, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, melting again. Inhale, right arm up into the air, find your twist. Left knee bends as right leg straightens. Exhale, right fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, left arm up into the air, twisting up towards that left hand. Exhale, left fingertips to the floor. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, hands come together down in front of your chest. Same again, one more time. Inhale, arms sweep up. Intuitive movement, exhale, hinge forwards, you know where we're going. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fingertips melt to the ground. Inhale, right arm into the air, find a twist. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm up this time. Take your twist, maybe your gaze lifts to that left hand. Exhale, left fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, hands sweep up, pressing down through all 10 toes as your fingers reach to the sky. Exhale, palms come together down in front of your chest. Bring your arms down either side of your body, turn your palms to face forward, shoulders roll back, mountain pose, take a breath. Lift all 10 toes up off the ground. See if you can press your pinky toe down to the floor. Second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, down to the mat. Lift up through your kneecaps, tucking tailbone gently under. Core is slightly active. Lifting through the crown of your head as you roll your shoulders down your back. Your fingertips reach to the floor. Your strong mountain. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, hinging forwards, forward fold, hips lift, fingertips down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as your hands come to the floor, step your right foot back as far as you can and follow it with your left. Take a moment in your plank pose, press the floor away, doming in your upper back, press back through your heels, ground down through your hands. Knees come to the floor, elbows bend as your chest and chin come forwards and down. Your belly to the mat, inhale, shoulders roll back, low cobra. Exhale, forehead melts forwards, tuck your toes, press yourself back through half plank. Lifting your knees, your hips into the air. Downward facing dog, take a breath. Your index finger pointing toward the top of the mat, fingers spread wide. Shoulders roll away from ears. Imagine your sitting bones are lifting high into the air, your weight pressing back toward your heels. Inhale, gaze up towards your hands. Exhale, start to take those little steps as you come forwards towards the top of the mat. Once you're at the top, feet hip distance apart, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, sweeping your arms high overhead, reach up tall. Continue to flow, exhale, forward fold, straight back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips to the floor as you step your left foot back as far as you can. Follow it with your right, plank pose, push back through your heels, that doming in your upper back. Navel draws to spine, core is active. Your choice, knees to the ground or elbows bend as you start to lower yourself the whole way down to the ground. Your arms might shake a little. Untuck your toes, tops of your feet press into the floor, shoulders roll back. Lift your chest, cobra, inhale. Exhale, slowly lower yourself back to the floor. Tuck your toes, back through half plank or plank, and sending your hips up high. Downward facing dog, take a breath. Bring your knees back to the floor, mat distance apart. Untuck your toes, big toes touch, sit to your heels, child's pose. A little more active this time, walk your hands as far forwards as you can, squeezing your hips towards your big toes, finding that stretch across the whole back of your body. Length through your spine, breathe. Your forehead melting toward the ground.
Maybe almost massaging your forehead, your third eye on the ground as you rock your head gently from side to side. A moment to breathe. A moment to again check in. This practice is about you. Take one more deep breath, inhale. Sigh it out through your mouth, exhale. Inhale, roll yourself up to hands and knees, shuffling your knees back into hip distance apart. Fingers spread wide, tuck your toes, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forwards between your hands, knees bend as though you're going to leap forwards. But then just step your right foot as far forwards as you can between your hands. You might need to shuffle it a little further forwards. You can use your hands to help bring it there. Looking ahead, follow with your left foot, stepping both feet in line with one another. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms up high overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, hands come together down in front of your chest, gently bowing your head forwards toward your fingertips. Dropping both hands down either side of your body, mountain pose to begin, shoulders roll back, palms turn forwards, fingertips reach down as crown of your head lifts. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, drop your fingertips towards the floor, stepping your right foot as far back as you can. Right knee down to the ground, keep your left knee stacked over your left ankle. You can keep that right toe tucked behind you if you wish, untucking those toes. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, low lunge, gaze towards your fingers. Exhale, start to straighten your left leg. Fingertips come down for balance, pointing or flexing those left toes back towards you as that left leg straightens. In this pose, your half monkey or your half splits, press forwards through that left heel, creating strength through your left leg. Inhale, hands walk forwards in front of you, left foot presses to the floor, lift your right knee up off the mat. Inhale, chest lift, runner's lunge as though you're about to sprint forwards. Exhale, hands melt to the floor, step that left foot back, plank pose. Elbows bend as you lower yourself down toward the ground. Inhale, cobra, chest lift, shoulders roll back. Exhale, forehead melts down, tuck your toes, find your way back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Take a moment. Your body, your movement. Gaze up towards your hands. Inhale, ripple yourself forwards to your plank. Exhale, core is active. Send your hips up high. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze up towards your hands, bend your knees, lift your heels as though you're about to bound forwards. Left foot lifts this time, stepping that left foot as far forwards as you can. Shuffling it forwards, adjusting anything you need to adjust. Don't worry if your foot doesn't come forwards. I often think this is one of the hardest things in our yoga practice. It genuinely took me years to be able to step my foot between my hands, so really don't worry if you're not there yet. Gaze ahead, step that right foot to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep up, high overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, palms come together in front of your chest. Mountain pose to begin, palms turn forward, shoulders roll back. Inhale, ground down through your feet, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips melt down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot steps as far back as you can. Left knee down to the ground, right knee over right ankle. Inhale, low lunge. Arms reach up into the air. Gaze up towards your hands if you're comfortable. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. As that right leg starts to straighten, your right toes peel back to face toward you. Inhale, press forwards through that right heel. Exhale, rounding through your back as you lower your nose toward your knee. Walking your hands forwards, press that right foot back to the floor, lift your left knee off the mat, high lunge legs. Inhale, chest lifts as though you're about to sprint forwards, power through upper and lower body. Exhale, hands to the floor, step that right foot back, plank pose. Knees can drop or keep them lifted, elbows bend as your chest and chin come to the floor. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, melting forwards, toes tuck as you find your way back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Find your stable position. Inhale, gaze up to your hands as you ripple forwards to your plank. Exhale, hips go up high. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Looking up towards your hands, knees bend, heels lift, your choice. Step, jump, hop, bound. Whatever you want to come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift once you're there. Exhale, forward fold. Back to our twists. Inhale, right arm up into the air. Gaze towards your right fingers. Exhale, right hand back to the floor. Inhale, left arm up into the air. Take your twist. Exhale, left hand back down. Inhale, feet ground down, hands rise up. Exhale, palms come together in front of your chest. Mountain pose, arms drop down either side of you, palms spin forwards. Find that stable mountain. The same flow again, so see if you can find that mindfulness in the movement. Using my guidance to guide your body. But maybe you want to close your eyes in parts. Maybe you want to focus a little more on the breath, rather than worrying about exactly what your body's doing. See if you can lose yourself a little bit in the flow. Take another breath here, inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Get ready to move. Inhale, reach both arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, step your right foot as far back as you can. Right knee down to the ground. Inhale, arms sweep up, low lunge, fingertips to the sky. On your exhale, straightening out that left leg, hands come down for balance. Left toes peel back towards you, your half monkey. Inhale, walking your hands forwards. Exhale, right knee lifts off the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, maybe your fingertips hover off the ground. Exhale, hands come down as you step that left foot back, plank pose. Sending your hips straight up into the air for your downward facing dog. Then lifting your gaze back to your hands as you ripple back to your plank. Inhale. Exhale, send your hips up high. Strengthen your core, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps up into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot through between your hands, shuffling it forwards, adjusting your stance, whatever you need. Left knee down to the floor, untuck those left toes. Inhale, arms sweep up, low lunge, take a breath. Exhale, hands come down for balance, right leg straightens, half splits, right toes point back towards you. Inhale, walking your hands forwards, right foot to the floor, left knee lifts. Inhale, chest opens, fingertips peel off the mat. Exhale, hands come down, step that right foot back, plank pose. Send your hips straight back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze lifts as you ripple yourself forwards to your plank. So strong. Good job. Exhale, hips up high, downward facing dog. Drop your knees mat distance apart, untuck your toes, big toes touch. Child's pose for a couple of breaths. Take a moment. Fingertips stretch forwards, hips sink back. Taking a moment to download. Slow breaths in and out through your nose if that's comfortable for you. Remember the movements. That repetitive flow, feel it settling into your body, so as we go again, your body starts to recognize the movement and it can become more meditative, more mindful. Finding that whole practice that we love to talk about in yoga, mind, body, soul, everything working together. Inhale, rolling yourself back up, two hands and knees, shuffling your knees in toward each other. Toes tuck as you lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze up towards your hands, whatever you want to bring yourself forward, stepping, jumping, floating, just bringing your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, right arm into the air, taking a twist. Gaze up to your right hand. Exhale, right fingertips down. Inhale, left hand reaches up high. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, sweeping your arms up high, overhead. Exhale, palms come together in front of your chest. Find your mountain pose. Take a breath. Getting ready for the next section of our flow. So we'll be coming back to the movements we've done already, adding a couple of bits in. But when you sense we're coming back to the same thing we've done before, use that moment to really tune in. Your own breath, your own movement together. It's often a hard thing to focus on when we're constantly doing something different. But when we come back to that low lunge that we've already done a couple of times, the flow will be the same. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, hinging forwards, fingertips melt down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands melt down, step your right foot back and follow it with your left. Downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Press down through your left foot. Inhale, right leg sweeps up high. Exhale as you bend your right knee, open your hips, sending that right foot over towards the left, but try and keep your shoulders in line. Lifting that right knee up even higher, inhale. Exhale, bring that right knee in toward your chest. Pressing the floor away, plank with that knee in. Inhale, right leg shoots up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot steps between your hands, shuffling it forwards, adjusting again anything that needs to adjust. Left knee down to the floor. You know where we're going. Inhale, arms sweep up, low lunge. Mindful movement, exhale, hands come to the floor, right leg straightens, half splits as your right foot flexes. Inhale, walk your hands forwards. Lift that left knee up off the floor. When you're ready, take a breath, chest lifts, hands peel up, maybe coming a little higher each time. Exhale, hands come down, frame that front foot. Inhale, adding on, right hand into the air, take a twist, gaze up towards your right hand. Exhale, right hand to the floor, step back, plank pose. Send your hips up high, downward facing dog. Gaze forwards towards both hands, start to ripple forwards. Plank pose once more. Exhale, so strong, send your hips up high, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, inhale. Sigh out, exhale. Inhale, lift your gaze to your hands, your choice. Step, jump, float forwards, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms up high, overhead. Exhale, hands come together down in front of your chest. Mountain pose to begin. Find your stability here, find your breath. Inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forwards over your legs. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips melt down, step that left foot as far back as you can. Follow it with your right, downward facing dog, hips lift up. Inhale, left leg into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee bends, hips start to open, try and keep your shoulders in line. Inhale. Exhale, left knee toward your chest as you roll your shoulders forwards over your wrist. Exhale, send that left leg back up, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, stepping that left foot as far forwards as you can between your hands. Then dropping that right knee to the floor. Here we go, you know where we're going. Inhale, hands reach up, low lunge. Exhale, left leg straightens, fingertips to the floor for stability, half splits. Walking your hands forwards, right toes are tucked, lift that right knee. Inhale, lift your chest, palms turn forwards, maybe lifting up a little higher. Exhale, hands melt down. Our twist, inhale, right hand to the earth, left arm reaches up high. Exhale, press that left hand back to the floor. Stepping your left foot back, plank pose. Then lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Gaze lifts forwards once more. Inhale, ripple yourself forwards, plank. So strong. Exhale, hips lift up high, downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the floor, mat distance apart, toes on tuck. Child's pose, take a few breaths here. Forehead melting to the ground, massaging that central point of your forehead, your third eye, as it's sometimes called, with the ground, feeling that slight sense of relaxation in your body. Maybe bring your arms down either side of your legs, resting your fingertips towards your heels. Your whole upper body starting to relax just a little. Got a little bit more movement to go. But take a few moments here to breathe. Slowly, slowly extend that left arm back out in front of you. Then as you start to bring your right arm forwards, thread it through underneath your left armpit, reaching those right fingers over to the left-hand side. Right ear melts to the floor, taking a twist for a few breaths. Can be gentle for some, intense for others in this pose. However it feels for you, try and breathe into it. Take these moments of stillness as a chance to connect to your breath, one of the most powerful tools we have in our body. I think, simplest way to calm ourselves down, to de-stress, to find moments of stillness in the busiest of days. No matter how busy we are, there is always time to spend 10 seconds breathing. Counting 1 for an inhale, 2 for an exhale, 3 for an inhale, up until 10, and then starting again from 1. Continuing to give yourself this moment to focus a little more on your breath. But unwind that right arm, stretching it out in front of you. And then thread your left arm through the other way. Continuing to be still, to be mindful. Breathe. Smile if you wish. Couple more breaths. And then just gently, gently unwind that left arm. Stretch it back forwards in front of you. Then being gentle with your body, lifting your hips into the air, back to hands and knees once again. Giving yourself a little wiggle from side to side, shifting your hips from side to side, maybe wiggling forwards, backwards, anything you need. And then tucking your toes behind you, sit back towards your heels and walk your hands back towards your knees. A little stretch for our toes, lift yourself up to seated. You can keep your hands resting on your thighs, maybe palms come together. If you want a bit more of a stretch through your shoulders, inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, bend that right elbow, resting your right hand down towards your left shoulder or between your shoulder blades. Left hand can come on top of right elbow, helping to guide that hand down. Or maybe you bring your left hand behind your back, bringing your fingertips towards each other. This is one of those things that happens for me some days and not others. So let's just put a smile on my face that my fingertips reach today. You can always grab hold of your top. You can always get a bit of rope, fabric, something to hold both hands to so you can start to walk your hands in towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, let's release our arms. Untuck our toes, tapping the tops of your feet on the floor. Sit back towards your heels again this time, toes untucked, so it's a little bit more relaxing on your feet. Inhale, left arm into the air. Exhale, left elbow bends, resting that left hand down between your shoulders. Right hand comes up to start. Maybe you use it to help guide that left hand a little lower. Your choice staying here. Maybe bring that right hand behind your back, bringing your fingertips towards each other. Might just about touch on this side. Inhale, feeling your chest open as you pull that left elbow back. Exhale, smile. Enjoy wherever you're at, no pressure. Like I said, it doesn't actually matter if your fingertips reach. You can get the same stretches, the same benefits either way. Unwinding your arms from wherever they are, inhale. Exhale, take a moment to be still. Hands slowly come back to the floor in front of you, tucking your toes. Lift yourself up, downward facing dog. Step your feet together at the back of the mat, big toes touching. Inhale, right leg into the air. Exhale, bend your right knee, opening up your hips, sending that right foot over toward the left. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, bring that right knee in toward your chest. Taking your right knee towards your right wrist, rest that leg down, your ankle going over to the left. Shuffling your left foot back behind you, we come into our pigeon pose. If at any point in this pose you get pain in your knee, I'll show you an alternate option in a second. So if you do get pain in your knee, just come to sit on your hip for a moment and I'll show you where to go. If those joints feel okay, take an inhale, finding strength through your legs, maybe so your fingertips can lift. Exhale, recline in your pigeon as you melt your forehead, your chest, everything down to the floor. Hips stay about even. That means you can always bring cushions underneath each hip to help support your body. Staying in your reclined pigeon. If you did have any knee impingements, taking a pigeon pose on your back. This gets the same stretch, the same muscles, just without so much weight going through our legs. So right ankle is hooked on left thigh. Make sure that right foot is flexed. It helps to protect the knee joint. Taking hold of the back of that left leg as you draw it in towards you. Feeling those muscles start to stretch around the back of your right thigh, your right hip. Sometimes you can even get a more intense stretch here. Wherever you are today, close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Let your body ease into the pose. We often do pigeon poses in a form of yoga called yin yoga. You hold them for 5 or 10 minutes. We won't be here that long today. But when you hold these deep stretches for a little longer, sometimes your body moves into a place you don't expect. Sometimes after a minute or two, the muscles really do start to ease. The pose starts to become easier. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes it stays feeling quite hard, quite challenging. We're all different. But again, focus on your breath. So your body gets used to the stretch, to the opening. And lifting your head, your chest, walking your hands back towards you, dropping that right hip over toward the side, and then swinging that left leg around. If you were lying on your back, unhook that right ankle and just lift yourself up so you're seated on your sitting bones. I'll face you so it's a little easier to see. You want that right knee bent, right ankle tucking in. Left knee bends, but step that left foot toward the outside of that right thigh. You might need to adjust yourself a little. This can sometimes be a bit easier if you sit up on blocks or a cushion. If it doesn't feel available, that's absolutely fine. You can keep that left foot just towards the opposite side of your knee. Start to give that right leg a hug, that left leg a hug, sorry, with your right arm. Giving it a hug, left hand comes behind you. We come into a twist. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, gaze drifts back over that left shoulder. Maybe this didn't feel okay for your neck at the start, but it does now. If it still feels tense in your neck, just keep your gaze soft to one side. Deep breaths, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let your gaze drift slowly back forwards, releasing arms, releasing legs. Swinging your legs back around and however you want to transition, finding your way back to your downward facing dog as your hips come up high. Giving your legs a little pedal, softening out. Then when you feel ready, step your feet together at the center of the mat. Inhale, left leg sweeps up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee bends as you open up your hips. Inhale, lift that knee a little bit higher. Exhale, left knee toward your chest. Bring that knee towards your left wrist, your ankle out toward the side, shuffling yourself back toward your pigeon. Again, the exact same option to lie on your back. I'll demonstrate in a moment. If you're taking your reclined pigeon, engage through your glutes, your thighs, pull everything into the center, maybe your fingers can hover. Then recline in your pigeon as you melt chest, forehead, the whole of your body down toward the ground. For that option, on your back, finding your way down to a supine position, hooking left ankle over right thigh. Make sure that left foot is flexed. Then taking hold of the back of that right leg as you feel those muscles around your hips starting to stretch. Again, this is perfect if you do get any knee pain, if you've had any knee injuries. Same stretch, just less weight. Same benefits, but much easier on all of those intricate muscles, tendons, ligaments we have in our knees that can sometimes be a little fragile. Choosing the option that suits you today. And breathing. Maybe by holding a little longer, feeling the muscles starting to ease off. Maybe it stays just as intense the whole time. Maybe noticing a difference between sides. For me, certainly this side is a lot tougher than the other. The muscles around this hip are a lot tighter for me. Walking your hands back up, dropping that left hip over to the side, same as we did before, swinging that right leg forwards in front of you. The same as before, if you're lying on your back, just lift yourself up to your sitting bones. Left knee bent, left ankle towards your right hip, stepping that right foot towards the outside of your left thigh. Give that right leg a hug with your left arm. Right arm comes just behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twisting back to look over that right shoulder. Just one more breath here. Deep inhale. Exhale, enjoying this final twist. Let your gaze drift forwards. Unwind your legs, unwind your arms. Check there's room behind you as you take hold of your thighs, gently rolling yourself back onto your back, guiding your knees in towards your chest. Give your legs a hug, forehead towards your knees. And then dropping your head back to the floor, feet come down to the ground. As always, two choices for our final relaxation. You can walk your feet mat distance apart, knees falling toward each other. Or you can straighten both legs, but have your feet a little wider than your hips, so your toes can rock out to the side. Hands face down on your belly, or palms face up either side of you. Deep breath in, inhale. Sigh out, exhale. The corners of your lips turn up towards your eyes, a gentle smile on your face. And think of something you are grateful for in this moment. It can be big, small, a person, a gesture, a thing. Just think of one thing, whatever it is, and hold it at the center of your mind as you feel that sense of appreciation, of gratitude moving through you. Your whole body relaxing, from the crown of your head down to your toes. A moment in your day where all of those muscles can ease off, completely supported by the ground. You have nothing to do and nowhere to be. A moment of stillness. A moment of mindfulness, which can only serve to benefit the rest of your day. Taking one or two slightly deeper breaths as you breathe a little deeper, filling your body with fresh oxygen, fresh energy, and maybe using that fresh energy to wiggle your fingers and your toes, your wrists, your ankles starting to move. Then whenever you feel ready, reach both arms up overhead, nice and tall, stretching your legs down the mat. Full body stretch, like it's first thing in the morning and you're waking up. Gathering one knee followed by the other in toward your chest, one last time. And then rolling your body over to the left or the right, whichever feels more natural, more comfortable to you. Using your hands, press yourself back to that seat we started in. Whichever leg you want forwards, your choice. Eyes stay closed. Just come to a still position. Inhale, shoulders roll to ears. Exhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale, roll your shoulders up. Exhale, roll your shoulders down. Inhale, reach both arms high up overhead, another stretch. Exhale, palms come down together in front of your chest, gently bowing forehead to fingertips. Rubbing your palms together to generate some heat, some warmth. Then placing your hands over your eyes and your face, taking that energy and that warmth with you through the rest of your day and your week ahead. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Please let me know any questions, any feedback, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.